in our country, we admit that our symbol and what we stand for is the Black Star of Africa, given to us by the first president of the Republic of Ghana, Kwame Nkrumah. And of course, I'm not a football fan, but we have the Black Stars also. The idea of having the Black Star as the center around which we are going to revolve tourism, culture, and creative arts is in its right place, because across Africa, wherever you go in the world at large also, people acknowledge us as being the Black Star of Africa. The Independence Square is also reflecting that same ideology. The Black Star experience is not an event. It's a culmination of all the things that we have been doing and will do to celebrate and promote our country as a destination for tourism, culture, and creative arts. The ideas around it revolve around what various districts and regions can do themselves to celebrate what is unique to those communities. It is also an opportunity for us to have mainstream culture, tourism, and creative arts, so that departments, agencies, and ministries will together see what component of their mandate can be hinged to my sector or our sector as creative artists, as cultural activists, as a Ministry of Tourism, Culture and Creative Arts. So it's a broad base of the various ways in which we can look at celebrating our uniqueness as the Black Star of Africa.
Thank you very much. Any further question?
That is so, Chairman. Ate, in my constituency, specifically at Peki, I have some able-bodied, well-skilled young men whose vocation is into carving drums. And they build drums, beautiful drums, that are purchased and exported and all that. They are located at Peki and Yensu when we are entering Peki from Askuma. Now, I'm pursuing your ministry to, as it were, provide them with a well-developed red stop and artifacts village where they can display their exhibit and display their wares for tourists who are on domestic visitation to our region, to be able to have a one-stop shop to be able to purchase these things. We provided, I've sent the application, I've provided a site plan, land. The chief of Avetile, Togbe Ayim, has provided land for that project. I hope that you consider it and complete it when you are nominated. I hope so.
This is a trap, but Mr. Chairman, I would say that the District Assemblies Act should be reviewed. And as a lawyer, I'll be needing your help on that. The district assemblies have opportunity to each of them develop tourism specifically for their communities. I'll be more than happy to work with them on that, so that the concept of having the centers for national culture across the country be revived. And I think that it's an area that has potential of having low-hanging fruits for young people who are talented and creative to take advantage of. So yes, I'll work with you to make that happen. Thank you.
Beautiful. Chairman, finally, I am troubled by, a lot of people don't know that I have a background in tourism training. I'm troubled by the incidence of climate change, which, as it were, affects the management of your nature-based tourist attraction sites. The biomes are depleted by bushfires, and recently the studies have established that galamsey activities are also adversely impacting the nature-based tourism attraction sites. As an arrowhead for the ministry, what programs will you quickly implement to ensure that these attraction sites are not affected by such activities?
Thank you, Chairman. It's a matter that is worrying, considering that I come from the seaside, and you know what climate change and global warming has been doing to our communities along the beaches. So it is not only in the interland, but also our country, our country as a whole. The ecotourism is what the world is driving towards, and it's important that we take advantage of it. It will interest you to know, Chairman, that one of the committees that have voluntarily joined is the Climate Change Committee, because I know that it is what can help my specific community. So I share in your concern. I think that education, we cannot leave it in the hands of one sector. All of us must be interested in keeping our country clean and promoting ecotourism, and also ourselves being ready to want to live in a clean and healthy environment. So it will be great to be able to work with the Ministry of Environment, Science and Technology, and also allied agencies to see how best we can do this together. I know that the World Bank invited me to a couple of meetings back in this, I think between 2013 and 2017 to discuss these things, and I'm willing to go back to them and see how we can take that up. So thank you.
Thank you very much. I will proceed to give the floor. Roxanne, with all due respect, I will proceed to give the floor to Honorable Yaa Fans. Very well. Uma Alasan. Very well. Honorable Shaibu.
Yeah. Chairman, thank you very much. Honorable nominee, congratulations. A well-deserved nomination. You did 3.5 years at the ministry. The last 8 years, you're not sure what has happened there. I have only one question, so I want to compress it. Chairman, I'll do a follow-up anyway. Mole National Park, one that is comparable to those in Kenya, in Uganda, and other places, largely is seen as a site that has been neglected for some time in terms of development. Indeed, it is the only place in Ghana that you will find the animals that you find in East Africa. And yet, very little is said about it, either in the media or in terms of investment into it. A huge potential for growth and for the development of the tourism industry. From there, a few kilometers away from Mole, indeed in Mole Park itself, there is a beautiful waterfall that has not been mentioned. It's called the Paria Waterfalls. A few kilometers from Mole is the Salaga Slave Market, a very important historical site that has also not had the much needed attention. Nominee, give us a fair idea how you plan to tackle these two sites in northern Ghana. Thank you.
Thank you, Chairman. As I indicated in my earlier comment to Honorable Roxanne, the Black Star experience is the way to go, which is seeking to encourage districts, municipal assemblies, and what have you, to themselves invest in their own regions as far as their tourism is concerned. The ministry, being a policy-making one, has many agencies under it that will assist them. They are, and you rightly said, I haven't been there in 8 years, but they were equipped with the skilled personnel to help them develop ways in which they can promote and benefit from the tourism potential that they each have in their communities. I agree with you that Mole for years has been on one of the sites, the list of sites that are usually visited by visitors. What they probably need is more investment, and it's an area where our country needs to focus more on, to give more to the sector, so we can bring in the required resources that we all agree that we are able to do. So I'll be pushing the agenda for that, and hope that the municipal assemblies, as I indicated, when the MCs are nominated and they pass, to engage them. I started that with Honorable Julius Deborah when he was Minister for Local Government. I sought his permission to meet with the MCs when he met them at Gimpa, to let them know that it's important for them to themselves bring to the ministry what they want us to help them to promote. And so I'll be championing that again. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I wish you well.
Oh.
Are you ready?
Yeah. Are you ready? I'll give the floor to Honorable Patrick Yaboma.
Thank you, Chairman, and congratulations, Honorable Dzifa Gomashie. I was just reading the report from the Ghana Tourist Authority about cruise tourism. I'm sure you're aware about it. They reported about 9,000 visitors in 2023. 86% of them went to Cape Coast and Secondary Takrady area, just about 13% in Tema area. I also found out that there are 2 local companies involved in this business, Sunseekers and Kaya Tours, Sunseekers Tours. I know a lot of Ghanaians who go to Bahamas and Caribbean to undertake this tourist activities. And I've never heard about this before until I read on their website. I believe it's an area you should look into, especially those of us from the forest areas who are afraid of being on a boat or a ship or a cruise liner to explore the beautiful sea. What are you going to do apart from looking into artifacts, trade shows here and there, in some of the untapped areas of tourism and the challenges therein? I want us to explore further some of these areas. And what are some of the new things you'll be introducing, especially with some of the things that I'm reading about? Thank you.
Thank you very much, Chair. And Honorable MP, you're not alone in the fear of water. I was born in Accra and I live in Aflau by the sea, but I'm terrified of water. But it's an area that people have passion for and must be invested in and supported. I have had conversations with some Navy officers. In fact, only 2 days ago, one of them showed me also dolphins in our high waters, which could also be added to this cruise experience. It's an area that is new to me and the ministry. I do not recall our engagement in cruise promotion as Deputy Minister back in the day, but it is an area that has been brought to my attention, and the potential seems to be like a very good one. So I will be engaging more on that and seek knowledge and experience from those who have it, so that it can come to the benefit of our country. I think that the untapped opportunities abound, and this is one of them, and I thank you for bringing it up. Thank you, Chairman.
Thank you. Dzifa, Ghana has not been able to host major international conferences, and that is a source of revenue or income for most of our tourist facilities, the hotels, restaurants, bars, and what have you. And the answer is simple. We don't even have some of the best conferencing facilities here. We can't boast of 1,500 international or standard rooms in this country. We talk too much, but that's a fact. We can't boast of 1,500 top of the range rooms. If you go to Kempinski, I don't think they have more than 300 rooms. Movenpick, they don't have more than 250 rooms. Lancaster, they won't get you more than 250. Where again? Marriott. They can't, let alone conferencing facilities that will bring a lot of people into this country and engage car rental companies and what have you. Secondly, our room rates, very expensive. So why won't your nationals go to South Africa, Gambia, Cote d'Ivoire and co, other countries, and explore? So what advice will you be giving to the finance minister to look into that area and rather bring down some of the taxes in the tourism sector to attract a lot more people and to raise some additional revenue for the country? What is your take on that, please?
Thank you very much, Chair, and you have hit the nail right on the head. This is an unending discussion, especially where the hotel rates are concerned. Even hotels that have franchise in other countries, ours tend to be very high comparatively. So I agree with you that the lack of infrastructure to meet the growing demands of the world and our country is there in our faces. Apart from engaging with the Minister for Finance, I think that everybody and anyone listening to me who has the wherewithal to engage with private sector in Ghana, out of Ghana, to ensure that we improve on our infrastructure capacity. You are welcome to engage with me after the vetting, and if I do get your nod, this is an issue that we must deal with. I agree with you that the lack of these facilities indeed take away from what could be revenue for our country. Taxes, taxes, taxes. It has been the cry of the hospitality industry from way back when I used to MC their events, and I was not even in the ministry as deputy minister. I've MC'd a lot of programs for this sector, and it is an issue that we must collectively deal with. I overheard the incoming Minister for Finance, Honorable Ato Forson, saying that he has studied this economy so well, and he has a fair idea how he wants to help us as a country restructure it. I'll be tagging along him and lobbying him vigorously. And I know that you are an economic person as well. And since you identify this problem with me, you perhaps would want to join me to have these kinds of conversations with the finance people, so they appreciate the enormity of the task ahead. I thank you, Chairman.
Let me congratulate you and wish you the very best. Thank you.
Very grateful.
I now give the floor to Honorable Return Odole.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Congratulations, my dear sister. I call her Mama. Mama, oh Mama. And I want to say a big thank you to His Excellency for bringing you into your field. Congratulations, sis. My question, the cultural policy of Ghana was published in 2004 and spells out what has to be done. How are you planning to make it work to improve the fortunes of tourism in Ghana? And what is the role of the Creative Arts Council?
Thank you, Chairman, and thank you, Honorable Ritana Odulisua, MP for Lada de Kutupong. I'm grateful for the kind words. The cultural policy, I have briefing that some work has been done to review it. I think that it has received parliamentary approval. No, not parliamentary, presidential approval. It's gone to cabinet and I think is out. So they've done some work. I know a couple of the people who have committed their knowledge and expertise in reviewing the cultural policy. It's long overdue, and I'm happy that it's been done. The need for that policy really is, I think, the crux of the matter, because our tourism is hinged on our culture. One of our colleagues just mentioned that if you think of, for example, South Africa,